Geoff Brock, the member for Frome. He's down on North Terrace in Adelaide. How are you, Geoff?
Good morning. How are you going? All right? And all to your listeners.
Yeah, good. Thank you, Geoff. Look, we pick up that there's a little bit of a protest of sorts that's occurred. The majority of the Parliament in the lower house turned up. The Parliament technically doesn't sit.
Well, the issue is that there was 25 on the non-government side. There was one head he used was isolated because he's got isolation. But there was 24 of us there. And what we've done is we're saying to the Premier and to the government, and including the Deputy Premier, look, there's an issue with the COVID and the opportunity for people who may be isolated or in quarantine while the voting period is on. Now, we've only got 35 more days before the election is on, but certainly everybody has the right to be able to have the opportunity to express or extend their votes, whoever they may want to vote for. Now, the other thing is that the Legislative Council has dealt with this. It's the Electoral Assisted Voting Amendment Bill 2022. They dealt with that yesterday. So in actual fact, that's gone down, and it came down to the lower house. So what we've done is that through the Speaker, we've asked for him to ask the Premier to reconvene to Parliament for one day only, to actually look at this bill and put it through legislation so that everybody that has got the opportunity that may be in isolation or quarantine has the opportunity to be able to get on the computer or on the phone and electronically put their votes in. Currently, at the moment, that is not possible. So there's quite a few, 14, 15, maybe 20,000 people that may be in that situation that may not have the opportunity to express their opinions and their views. And some of the electorates could come down to the wire, and that could make the difference between a certain person or being elected or not elected.
Well, the Electoral Commission gave us a statement overnight about this topic, and they said, among other things, they're working in partnership with key sectors like the aged care and disability sector and remote communities to deliver a safe election. Often the polling booths will go through, say, the APY land fairly early on in the piece to collect votes. So they're trying to reassure the public that they're on top of this. Is there going to be an issue out there in the outback?
No. I think the outback. I've had a meeting with the Electoral Commission, and what they're doing is because of the COVID, they won't be visiting the aged care and all those homes there in the APY lands because of the COVID and the restrictions, and to do everything right. But those people will have the opportunity to be able to get their postal votes early, and it'll be adequate time for them to be able to get the stuff and to be able to extend them. Now, the Premier said the other day that this bill should have been dealt with before Parliament was suspended. Well, that's fine. Yeah, but the bill was already there. So my question to the Premier, and to the Deputy Premier who suspended Parliament until May, why did we suspend Parliament? We still have this particular bill sitting on the notice paper, and also other bills that are on the notice paper are now become history. So, and the other thing is that he made the comment about, if you're in isolation, you can have a postal vote. Well, if you're in isolation, if you've got the postal vote in there and you've got it, but you haven't posted and you're in quarantine, how do you get it into the mailbox to get it to the Electoral Commissioner?
Well, I imagine the issue there as well is also you're going to need some foresight, in a sense, to apply for postal voting. You can't automatically get a postal vote, can you? As if you ask for one, you get one. You need to give a special reason?
No, they're pretty... Look, the Electoral Commission is bending over backwards to ensure with postal votes and things like that, there's certain reasons for it. But look, we want to make certain that everybody has an opportunity to be able to extend their vote. This is a democracy. And what's frustrating me is that when the Deputy Premier suspended Parliament back in November, that is absolutely ludicrous because we've got so much, we've got the borders were just opening up. We've got all these challenges out there, and I've got big issues in Port Augusta. When I say me, there's issues up there with social behaviour. Now we've got the restrictions on the alcohol consumption, being able to purchase alcohol, and also there's the COVID quarantine homeless camp being established on the west side. Can I ask any of those questions in Parliament? No, because there is no Parliament, and this is excluding the opportunity for elected members or anyone in regional South Australia in the Parliament to ask on behalf of anybody in South Australia. So really, I am frustrated. I believe that they've snubbed their noses at the general public in particular, and they don't want any more questions asked, and they don't want any more oversight, so things like that. But we must remember, we're here to serve people. We're not here to serve ourselves.
All right, Geoff. Well, thank you for your time while you were there in North Terrace in Adelaide today. Thanks for that, and we'll see what the government's got to say about how the election's going to be run very soon. Thanks again.
Good on you. Thanks very much.